The bird strike incident involving a Spanish Eurofighter Typhoon during the Aire25 Air Show in June 2025 represents a rare but powerful example of how unpredictable elements in the environment can intersect with advanced military aviation technology. This particular event unfolded during a public aerial display meant to demonstrate the capabilities of the aircraft and celebrate decades of aviation tradition within the Spanish Air Force. As the Typhoon accelerated during a precision maneuver, approaching the edge of supersonic speed, a bird, later identified as a seagull native to the coastal area, struck the aircraft's forward canopy with devastating force. This type of incident, while not unprecedented, is exceptional in terms of timing and severity. At such high speeds, the energy involved in any collision increases exponentially. A bird weighing just a few kilograms can deliver an impact with a force similar to that of a heavy projectile. In this case, the bird's impact was concentrated on the cockpit canopy, a structure built to withstand great stress but not typically intended to survive direct high-speed impacts from flying objects. The canopy shattered, which would have immediately exposed the pilot to an extreme rush of air, sound, and debris. The Eurofighter's canopy is a complex assembly made from advanced materials, typically polycarbonate composites with high optical clarity and ballistic resistance. It is also integrated with the aircraft's emergency systems, including the pilot ejection mechanism. Damage to the canopy during flight not only risks injury from windblast and flying fragments but also potentially compromises the ejection system if not addressed correctly. In this incident, the fact that the pilot remained uninjured and brought the aircraft safely back to the ground is a testament to their training, composure, and the aircraft's overall structural integrity. The air show itself, Aire25, was one of the most significant aviation events in Spain in recent years. Held at San Javier, a historic air base with strong connections to Spanish military aviation history, the show was designed to bring together not just high-performance aircraft but also commemorate several major milestones. The Air Force's aerobatic team, known as the Eagle Patrol, was marking its 40th anniversary. Their participation was seen as symbolic, especially as the team was saying goodbye to the Casa C-101 trainer jet, a staple of Spanish pilot training for nearly half a century. The Eurofighter's presence at the event was both practical and symbolic. As Spain transitions into the next phase of its defense aviation strategy, the Eurofighter Typhoon remains a centerpiece. Despite interest in newer aircraft platforms in other countries, Spain has opted to deepen its commitment to the Eurofighter project, focusing on updates and expanded fleet capability. The incident did not derail this commitment but instead emphasized the need for continued investment in maintenance, training, and readiness for unexpected challenges. After the bird strike, once the aircraft landed safely, military engineers and support crews would have immediately begun assessment procedures. The aircraft would have been taxied to a secure hangar and examined thoroughly. Beyond the canopy, inspections would include potential structural fatigue, cockpit instrumentation damage, and environmental contamination from bird debris, which can affect avionics and cockpit pressure seals. These types of post-incident investigations are standard protocol and are essential for confirming airworthiness before any potential return to service. Replacing a canopy on a fighter jet is not a simple task. It involves coordination between the aircraft manufacturer, in this case Airbus, and military maintenance teams. Since each canopy is built to fit precisely with the airframe, replacements are usually handled at specialized facilities. The logistics, tooling, and time required can span weeks or even months depending on part availability and the extent of associated damage. In some cases, modifications or recalibrations to cockpit systems may also be needed before the aircraft is cleared for flight again. While the bird strike was the most dramatic moment of the air show, it did not overshadow the broader significance of the event. The rest of the show continued, with demonstrations from other aircraft and teams proceeding according to schedule. Attendees were likely shaken but reassured by the professionalism displayed in how the incident was handled. In air shows, where safety risks exist due to low-altitude maneuvers and close crowd proximity, incidents like this underscore why strict planning, redundant safety systems, and disciplined training are indispensable. The Spanish Air Force's approach to crisis management appeared effective. No cancellation of the event followed the incident, and no wider operational disruptions were reported in the days afterward. Communication with the public was measured, providing clear updates without speculation. This handling helped preserve public trust and demonstrated institutional maturity in the face of unexpected adversity. In military aviation, bird strikes are taken seriously not just as operational hazards but also as lessons in vulnerability. Advanced aircraft are designed to operate in high-threat environments, including those involving enemy weapons or electronic warfare, but wildlife encounters are more difficult to plan for. Birds do not respond to airspace restrictions, and although radar and auditory deterrents are sometimes employed at bases, they cannot eliminate the risk completely. The long-term outcome of the event will likely include further evaluation of environmental conditions around air bases, particularly those used for public demonstrations. Environmental assessments might suggest updated procedures for airshow flight paths, timing, avoiding known bird migration hours, or even the temporary deployment of bird-scaring equipment before major flying events. Ultimately, this incident serves as a clear reminder of how even the most technologically advanced systems must coexist with the unpredictable forces of nature. A bird strike may seem minor compared to the threats aircraft are built to face, but as shown here, it can cause major structural damage and test the limits of aircrew performance. The professionalism of the pilot and ground crew turned what could have been a tragic event into an example of successful emergency response and operational resilience. Through this event, the Spanish Air Force not only preserved the safety of its personnel and the public but also reinforced confidence in its aircraft, training, and emergency procedures. While costly and dramatic, the incident will become part of Spain's aviation safety history and likely be studied in future training scenarios as a real-world case of high-speed emergency management.